Heat stress, a safety meeting brought to you by weeklysafety.com. Hello and welcome to this important safety meeting on heat stress. We're here to talk about a hazard that can crop up in any season, indoors or out, whenever temperature, humidity, and workload combine to push the body beyond its comfort zone. By the end of this session, you'll know why heat-related illnesses occur, who is most at risk, and most importantly, exactly what to do the moment symptoms appear. Let's get started. Hazardous heat exposure isn't limited to headline heat waves or blazing summer afternoons. A poorly ventilated workshop in early spring or a warm mechanical room in winter can be just as dangerous as a July rooftop. Whenever the environment heats up faster than our bodies can shed the excess, core temperature rises, and the heart, skin, and sweat glands go into overdrive. That burden intensifies if we layer on heavy protective gear, handle strenuous tasks, or fail to replace fluid loss. If cooling mechanisms fall behind, the result is a spectrum of heat illnesses ranging from mild cramps to life-threatening heat stroke. Every year, thousands of workers across the country become sick on the job from too much heat, and some of those cases prove fatal. Data show that most outdoor heat-related deaths happen during the first few days of hot work because the body hasn't yet built up tolerance. That gradual process of getting used to heat is called heat acclimatization, and OSHA highlights lack of acclimatization as a major risk factor in fatalities. Simply put, easing new or returning workers into a hot environment over a period of days is one of the most powerful preventive tools you have. Besides inadequate acclimatization, several other occupational factors raise the stakes. Heavy physical activity accelerates internal heat generation. Warm or hot ambient conditions add external load. Clothing that traps body heat, such as thick coveralls, a non-breathable rain suit or jacket, or a tight chemical protective garment, blocks the body's natural cooling paths. When any of these elements combine, exposure time shortens dramatically. Because heat illnesses can escalate in minutes, recognizing warning signs early is critical. Don't try to guess the specific heat illness in the field. Leave the diagnosis to medical professionals. For us, the rule is simple. The moment any heat-related symptom shows up, act. Time spent debating whether it's fatigue or true heat exhaustion only allows the core temperature to climb higher. When in doubt, cool the worker and call 911 or the appropriate emergency services. Under normal circumstances, skin blood vessels dilate, sweat evaporates, and body temperature stays within a safe band. Those systems fail, though, if workers toil in high heat and humidity for too long, sweat heavily, or skip breaks to hydrate. The first priority when someone begins to struggle is relocation. Move the person into the shade, a cool trailer, an air-conditioned office, or anywhere that slows further heat gain. Once there, start active cooling immediately. Peel off extra layers, especially tight or heavy protective clothing that traps heat. Apply ice packs or cold, wet towels to high blood flow areas such as the head, neck, armpits, trunk, and groin. Set up fans to pull cooler air across damp skin and speed up evaporation. These steps can drop body temperature surprisingly fast. Workers who are new to warm environments warrant even closer attention. During those first crucial days of acclimatization, treat every complaint of dizziness, muscle pain, or nausea seriously. Allow the worker to stop, cool down, and get evaluated without question. Never leave anyone who might be in heat distress alone. Conditions can deteriorate quickly, and they may not be able to summon help. If symptoms fail to improve promptly, or if they worsen at any point, alert medical services right away. When in doubt, always err on the side of calling emergency services or 911. Heat exhaustion is the stage where the body is losing the race but still fighting hard. It can appear suddenly or creep up over hours. If you suspect heat exhaustion, move the worker out of the hot zone into shade or air conditioning. Have them lie down and elevate the legs a few inches to aid blood flow. Loosen or remove tight clothing to improve circulation. Encourage slow sips of chilled water or a sports drink that supplies electrolytes. Cooling can be accelerated by lightly spraying the skin with cool water while fanning to boost evaporation. Keep a close eye on the person. Heat exhaustion can tip into heat stroke if core temperature keeps rising. Escalate care if there's no improvement or if the worker begins to deteriorate. Specific red flags include an inability to drink, fainting spells, growing agitation, confusion, or seizures. Any of those signs means call 911 without delay. While help is on the way, continue cooling and monitor responsiveness. Heat stroke is the medical emergency at the far end of the spectrum, and it can kill quickly. Sometimes it develops out of untreated heat exhaustion. Other times it seems to strike out of nowhere, particularly if a worker has been trying to push through early symptoms. At the first suspicion of heat stroke, high body temperature, altered mental state, or collapse, call emergency services or dial 911 immediately. While waiting for emergency responders, move the worker to a cooler setting and reduce core temperature by every means available. Immerse them in a cool tub or direct them into a lukewarm shower if one is handy. Spray with a garden hose, sponge the skin with cool water, or fan while misting. Pack ice or cold towels around the neck, underarms, and groin where blood flows close to the surface. Covering the body with cool, damp towels, sheets, or clothes can also help. If the worker is conscious and able to swallow, offer chilled water or an electrolyte drink. Never alcohol or caffeine, which worsen dehydration. Should they lose consciousness and show no signs of breathing or movement, begin CPR immediately and continue until professional medical personnel take over. Let's close with a quick recap. Heat stress incidents can happen indoors or outdoors and in any season. Know the occupational risk factors: heavy exertion, hot environments, clothing that traps heat, and watch for symptoms. The first line of defense is prevention through acclimatization, balanced workloads, breathable clothing, shade, and plenty of fluids. The moment any sign of heat illness appears, move the person to a cooler place, start active cooling, and never hesitate to call 911 if there is no rapid improvement. For heat exhaustion, rest, hydration, and cooling usually resolve the problem when caught early. For heat stroke, emergency medical care plus aggressive cooling is the only safe response. Thank you for giving this topic your full attention and for committing to protect both yourselves and your coworkers. Stay alert, work smart, and let's keep everyone safe on the job.